In front of a world audience saying that. When was the last time you heard an Israeli Prime Minister talk about a two-state solution? Remember, we had years of Benjamin Netanyahu essentially all but ditched it. It is significant in a small way. Is this about Israeli politics? Remember, there's an election in just over a month's time. He'll be running to keep the job. Benjamin Netanyahu wants it back. So it might be a bit of that. And the polls in Israel suggest a two-state solution is still the majority opinion. Let's listen to the Israeli Prime Minister.
Despite all the obstacles, still today, a large majority of Israelis support the vision of the two-state solution. I am one of them. We have only one condition: that the future Palestinian state will be a peaceful one.
So basically, the question is, will there be a two-state solution? Well, there are no talks planned. There is no roadmap. A lot of that has been ditched. Mahmoud Abbas, the chairman of the Palestinian Authority, speaks here on Friday. There's no sideline meetings. The Americans called the announcement bold and courageous, but we don't have a roadmap to this two-state solution. Also, by the way, Lapid very much criticized Iran and said if it did develop a nuclear weapon, they have resources to deal with that. And also encourage other Arab and Gulf states to recognize Israel, as others have done in the Abraham Accords, mentioning Saudi Arabia and also Indonesia. The Secretary General really trying to keep climate change in front and center here. Remember, there is a COP meeting, the climate conference coming up in Egypt in about 2 months or so, and after Glasgow, a lot of pledges haven't been followed through. We've had the war in Ukraine, the energy crisis, inflation, etc. But the one big thing is the $100 billion a year fund that is meant to help developing countries who haven't polluted the planet thus far as much as the developed economies to mitigate and adapt towards a greener future. The checks have not been written, and there's real pressure on that. Let's listen to the Secretary General.
It's high time for a serious discussion and meaningful action on this issue. I hope COP27 in Egypt will take it up as a matter of climate justice, international solidarity, and building trust.
So basically, the real question here is whether that will happen. There is pressure. We've had a horrible summer in the Northern Hemisphere, the floods in Pakistan, the record temperatures in the Middle East and Europe, the fires on the edge of the Pacific in the United States, record temperatures and flooding, as you know, in China. This is focusing a lot of attention, but the question is, in these troubled times, can the world collectively deliver?